Before we continue, this review is for the campaign only, so if you don't care about that, then feel free to skip this one. Now on to the review. Set in the universe of Star Wars, during and after the events of Return of the Jedi, this story follows Iden Versio, an Imperial soldier, also leader of the Inferno Squad, and some may say, a Nepo baby. From Endor to Naboo, travel through the galaxy, encountering familiar friend and foe. The avid Star Wars fan may thoroughly enjoy this, but the story isn't anything special. I mean, it's enjoyable to say the least, but if anything, you're kind of left wanting, I don't know, a bit more. It's a pretty cliche story in terms of bad guy being convinced that what they're doing is not right, turn to the good side destroys bad guys, yaha, the whole galaxy's saved. But a cliched story doesn't mean that it's bad. It's enjoyable, but it could be better. The way Battlefront 2 has captured the universe of Star Wars is at moments truly breathtaking. Seeing iconic locations and being able to explore it yourself is enough to play the campaign again and again. The music is also great, composed by Gordy Harb, who has also worked on previous Star Wars projects such as Squadrons, Fallen Order, and Survivor. Getting to hear the screeching of a TIE fighter, ignition of a saber, cries of a Wookiee, and of course, the Wilhelm scream. On one instance you're on a mission to Jakku, and you land under a destroyed Star Destroyer, and the roaring sound of a TIE fighter appears out of nowhere. And it's so loud, well I mean I had my volume quite loud, but still. Just the sound effects of that flying past you was incredible. I just stood there for a couple of seconds and I waited for another one to come by, and it was great. It was amazing. I don't know if it's just me, but it seems to be in games that involves shooting, my aim majority of the time is actually quite atrocious. And for some reason this game I was pretty decent. But it just could have been the crosshair in the middle of the screen that was quite big. Or maybe it was a fluke and my skills are still quite bad. I feel like this might have just been a once-off, but still, I felt powerful. Through collecting credits, either from completing missions or either picking them up along the way, you're able to upgrade your abilities with star cards. I didn't feel as though these were needed so much in the campaign, I guess as they are needed in the multiplayer section, but maybe it was more of a, hey, here's an understanding of what these cards do for when you jump into multiplayer, but I still feel as though they weren't overly necessary. The flying for me was possibly my favourite part. Flying in the X-Wing TIE Fighter, Y-Wing, the Millennium Falcon, great choices. When you first start to fly in them, they're a bit iffy and you kind of, you're all over the show. But once you get the hang of it, it's great. If they just made a whole entire game solely in that style, I know they have Squadrons, but I do not like Squadrons. The way, I can't go into a rant of this. This review is not about Squadrons. This is about Battlefront 2. No Squadrons. Anyways, combat, very enjoyable, especially the flying. Could get rid of the cards for the campaign. Didn't really see the need for them. And even on the hardest difficulty, which I played through on, defeating the enemies is actually quite easy. Which I feel like they should have made it harder, but maybe this game I'm just really OP at. I don't know. Maybe I'm just built different. If this campaign was a standalone with its runtime of 5 to 7 hours without exploring, I'd only recommend it if it was cheap. But because it comes with the multiplayer, which in itself is amazing, I'd recommend getting this game. So if you end up getting this game, just give the campaign a try, because after the campaign, you can then go over to multiplayer, which you can waste your days away, and it's worth every minute of it. So there you have it, my review for Battlefront 2 campaign. Feel free to get it, or don't. It's entirely up to you. But I'd like to say thank you very much, Lee, if you've made it this far. I appreciate you very much, Lee. And until next time, have a good day, night, evening, wherever you may be. If you feel I should improve upon things, obviously there's a lot of things to improve upon, but feel free to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and until next time, bye-bye.